Welcome back. Today I wanted to talk about an advanced application of the hands, hot, and heavy principle. So let's get into it. So the very first thing that we need to do is we need to find the heart rate variability resonant frequency which works well for us. So I have a playlist of a bunch of different frequencies, that's rates of breathing, for you to try out. And you start out with the highest one, which is 7 breaths per minute, and you start working your way down to find the frequency that which fits for you. It's the most comfortable for you. And that's where you start out. That's where it has to be. So it's not a competition. Oh, I wonder if I can get it slower and slower. It's not a competition. It's simply what works for you at this time. And what will happen over time is your rate will slowly go down as everything in your system, including your mind, begins to go into a lower and lower idle state. Very much like your car, when you pull up to the stop sign, it goes into an idle and it just kind of puts along at a nice idle state. So that's what we're looking for in meditation. And the heart rate variability resonant breathing is the beginning of that. And when we use the principle of sitting very still at the same time as we breathe through that rate, well, then we might notice with the 4 proofs that the first proof is that our hands get hot and heavy. So this is the principle of HHH that I talk about on this channel. My hands are hot and heavy. Now some people will say, well, my hands were not hot, but they were warm. Perfect. But they were not heavy, but they were just, they felt full of blood. Perfect. Oh, they felt a little bit swollen. Perfect. All of those are indicators that you are coming out of the sympathetic system, stimulating the wonderful, deep parasympathetic system, and it's having an effect on your body. Your hands are getting dry, hot, and heavy. We probably won't notice that they get dry, but we certainly will notice that they get hot and heavy, or warm and heavy. All of that works. So that's the principle of hands hot and heavy. Very, very important, because now we know we have a biofeedback device that our meditation, our work of meditation, following that resonant frequency breathing, is producing a result, a psychophysiological result. Our body has shifted as we have entered into the parasympathetic system, and we have just validated our own meditative experience because something's happening, right? And so that gets us very enthused and excited, even if we don't notice it. It just validates what you're doing, and so it gives you confidence. It gives you confidence in your own ability to meditate, and it's very, very wonderful thing. It's very important. So as you continue down that road and you keep stimulating that deep parasympathetic system, you may notice that this feeling of hands hot and heavy, this full feeling that we get from activating the parasympathetic system, it will crawl up your arms, and it will crawl up into both arms. It might crawl up into your chest. You might feel it in your shoulders. You might feel it in your head. You might feel it in your legs. So as you continue, even if you don't feel that, if you start to feel it in your hands, then you can imagine that it's crawling up and entering into the rest of your body. And you're going to say, well, Forrest, that's just my imagination. Touche, it is your imagination. But as you continue to use it as a tool, it will help the parasympathetic system and your body understand what it is that you're trying to accomplish, and it will accomplish that. And so you are inducing something with your active imagination. And so as you continue that, you might start feel that your whole body is kind of full or resonant with this parasympathetic deep relaxation feeling. You might feel like I can't even move, because now you're starting to get into the freeze response, aren't you? So you continue that wonderful feeling, and now we can take our imagination to the next level. And you can imagine that this fullness is not only in your body, but it's coming outside of your body. All right? So it's not just in you, but it's actually outside of you as well. There's this fullness that's coming out, and you feel that same feeling, whatever you felt in your hands, that hands hot and heavy, you begin to feel it around you, and then a little more, and then a little more. And even if you're not feeling it, you can imagine that you are feeling it that way, that you're beginning to feel it more and more outside of your body. And now, because you're doing that, and in the beginning, we can just use our imagination. And well, it's just my imagination. It is just your imagination. But as you continue, you are inducing the right side of the brain, the right hippocampus, which sees the world that you live in as one. All right? All the inputs from your five senses feed into your brain, and your left brain sees the world from where you are looking out. And the right brain takes all of that information and watches all of it from the outside. This is something that no one has quite told you, right? Your right brain sees everything, all the inputs of your senses from the outside in a guardian angel type fashion. So when you start to feel the hands hot and heavy outside of your body, or you start to imagine that, okay, I felt it in my body, okay, now I feel it outside my body, okay, I feel it in my body, okay, I feel it outside my body, okay, I feel it in my body, okay, I feel it outside my body. When you do it in that fashion, it starts to very deeply induce the right hippocampus of the brain. You're getting into the right brain, the parent brain, the God brain. You're getting into that. You're inducing it. And so you took this one simple, tiny little thing of the hands hot and heavy, and you're using it to go all the way into the right brain and stimulate that right brain perspective that sees your whole world as one. One. And that's the brain we want. That's the house of God that we want, so that we can use it like a radio station to go deep into that vast intelligence that's all around us. This is a wonderful way to take a small principle and take it all the way into something very, very big. So, I hope you loved this. If you did, be sure to hit that bell down below so I can see all of you next time.